Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video, and we are taking a look on the Sea Harrier that was found, some files, and we're going to talk about it. But first, let's thank our members, full crew members, Crazy Bull, Cots, and Overlanding 11B, and we are going to put all the now Fishpad and Flogger members at the end of the video. Okay, I'm going to be doing a video explaining that if you are interested in that, but we are doing basically a division, you know. We are going to have the Fishpad membership, the Flogger membership, and the full crew membership on YouTube, and then we are going to have a Patreon that will have the Flagon membership, Foxpad membership, and Foxhound membership as well. Okay, so more on that on specific videos for that. Okay, but anyway, let's get into it. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the British Aerospace Sea Harriers. If you know, some files were found with this aircraft, some like modules of it and textures of the cockpit and stuff like that, the same way that in the F-16 it was found some stuff as well. But anyway, it's an aircraft that I am very interested to see, even more interested than the Harrier GR7 that we already have, to be honest. It is an aircraft that is a design concept that came from the Harrier GR1, GR3, you know. So it is basically just an evolution, a late 70s evolution, so it's a little bit earlier than the Harrier 2. So it is kind of a Harrier 1.5, to be honest. It is not too much, it doesn't have too much to do with that design, to be honest. It's more its own design. So the wings and stuff like that, it will be more similar to the old designs of the Harrier than the new ones. So I don't expect it to turn very well like the Harrier 7 does, the GR7. But it's still going to be very cool, especially because not only it is an improved version of the Harrier 1, you know, it is also capable of having a radar, you know. So it has the Blue Fox radar made by Ferranti, or whatever it's called. I talked it like an Italian, but still. And it is basically kind of it is a pulse Doppler radar, okay? And at the time, it was pretty advanced, but not so much, you know. But the pulse Doppler capabilities, I don't know if it's an MPI or something like that. I couldn't find too much information about it, okay? But it has some capabilities of looking down. Not too much, but a little bit, you know. Also, especially the radar is made for being a multi-role, basically, engine, you know. So it's an engine that can do both air-to-air and air-to-ground. The air-to-ground capabilities of this design is specially made for looking for ships in the sea. You can even find ships at more than 100 kilometers. So it is pretty capable on doing that. So I guess we have some form of pulse Doppler or some kind of thing like that. And it can also use, together with this radar, the Sea Eagle missile, which is a kind of an old design missile, but it's still pretty interesting. It's an American missile. It was not the most capable missile ever, you know. I know it's made by the US actually, but it's made by Biodynamics. But anyway, it's designed in the 70s and entered service in 1980, around the same area than the Sea Harrier, you know. Other changes comes like the bubble canopy that it has, and some other changes like the wing design is a little bit and stuff like that, but not too much. Everything else is basically the same as the normal Harrier is, okay? The cannons, everything else is kind of the same, okay? So don't expect it to be too different. It is using the Pegasus 106. It is a little bit stronger than the older Harriers, but not by much, you know. It supposedly have the FA2, which is a more advanced version, have 250 meters per second of climb, but I doubt that it has that. It's way too much, you know. But yeah, and it has the two Aiden cannons as well, the 30 millimeters with 130 rounds each. It could carry the A9s, and it was, in the future, you know, it was modified to the FA2 expect, you know, standard. So basically what we have in the files is the Sea Harrier FRS1, which is the first one built between 1978 and 1988. And after that, basically they were changed to, in 1998, a little bit later than that, they were upgraded to FA2 with the Blue Vixen radar, full stopper radar, a much more powerful radar, and together in the early 90s, the ability to carry the AIM-120, okay? So it is basically, it is inferior to that, but it is kind of the AV-8B Plus of the British, okay? If they add this, the American mains and the Italian mains are going to be so pissed because, to be honest, I mean, we just got the GR7, so why they would add another one, right? But I don't know, this was basically my favorite Harrier of all time, just because it has one of the coolest skins ever, which is the Royal Navy skin, just like in the FG1, the FR FG1. I'm going to put pictures on the screen and stuff, but it is just amazing, man. I think it's a long shot. I don't think it's going to be added right now. We just got the GR7, so I really don't think we are going to be having these right now, but it is going to be very cool when it's added. Another cool thing that we might see in the future is the Sea Harrier FRS1, which is basically the same FRS aircraft, but for the Indian Navy, you know, so pretty amazing to see that. And he also used the MatAWG R550 Magic missile, which is pretty interesting, right? It was later upgraded with the Elta ELM 2032 by Rafael, and Derby missiles as well. No, it's made by Elta. Rafael is the missile. So yeah, so it can be even a premium, a very modern premium if they want it as the Indian Navy, you know. But the file that we have right now in the game is for the Sea Harrier FRS1. Okay, so it is an aircraft that I am very excited about to see. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. I mean, it's just a normal Harrier, but a little bit more power due to having more weight as well, you know. It will have a 9Ls, you know, because it is from 1978. So, I mean, basically, it's 1 or 2 years later than the addition of the AIM-9L, you know, so it could be using just the AIM-9Ls, but it has a very cool radar, and to be honest, even it opens up a little bit of the radar kind of thing to have another radar having ground modes when it's added, if it's ever added, like I said in that video on the air-to-ground mode. And basically that's it for the video, but I wanted to talk to you guys about one thing. I changed my mic, so I don't know if you can feel the difference, but let me know in the comments. It will be much appreciated if you can leave a feedback. I'm still messing with the settings with it, because I need to have a kind of a degree on audio to actually understand these applications to make the microphone actually sounds good. So basically I'm trying to just mute everything else that it's not my voice, and it is really hard sometimes, and the voice starts to become a little bit weird sometimes depending on the setting that I added. So let me know in the comments if you know something about it, or if you want to join our Discord. We can talk about it there as well, okay? So I see you guys on next one. Thank you all my members, the Vlogger members and the Fishpad members. As you see, we are putting it at the end of the video to just save time at the start of the video, okay? Because we don't want to just take too much time on that as well, you know, just because we're trying to get to the video. So I hope you don't mind that if you are a member. But anyway, everything else is the same. Remember, the Vlogger is the new one, but the Fishpad, it's the old Foxpad. I'd had like 4 people on the old Fishpad, so I just decided to change all the Foxpad to Fishpad and just eliminate the Fishpad that we had, membership that we had before, you know, just because almost nobody, the difference in price was less than $0.50, so it didn't make sense to have those 2 price tags, you know. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I see you guys on the next one. So bye guys, and yeah, see you.